Good morning, 5th grade. Happy Tuesday, April the 28th, right? Yes. Oh, I almost lost track of time. All right, so happy April 28th, Tuesday. Okay, we are going to be talking today. I'm going to do a video today, not separate for grammar. I'm going to just do a video today for math and grammar, and then just talk about some other things. So I'll just do it all in one today. So we're going to start with math. We're going to be on lesson 121. We're on page 456. Okay, so with page 456, when we're looking in that mental math box, I want to look at A, B, and C today. Really quickly, I want you to look at A, B, and C. These should be quick, and done mentally. So $10, 50% of $10 would be half of $10. Our answer would be $5. Okay, 25% of $10 would be $10 divided by 4. We're obviously not going to have a whole number there, so you just have to think about if you broke 10 down into 4, you could divide that. You could divide 10 by 4. You're going to get 2 and a half. Okay, so 10 divided by 4 is going to be 2 and a half. When you turn that into money, that's $2.50. So 25% of $10 is $2.50. And then finally $10 divided 10% of $10. So 10% of $10 is just 10 divided by 10, which would make it $1. Okay, very quickly with those. I'm going to skip over the other parts, and I'm just going to get into the meat of the lesson today. I still want you to look at mental math. I still want you to look at D and try to solve that, doing it in your head. Okay, and then problem solving. That one would probably take some writing down, but I want you to look at this problem solving. Okay? All right, so today we're talking about multiplying decimal numbers by 10, 100, and 1,000. I did attach a worksheet, another shape multiplication worksheet with decimals, where you're practicing this skill a little more. Okay? So our number system that we use is called a base 10 system, meaning numbers get larger and smaller by 10 as we move certain directions. This paragraph right here underneath of our box says, in our number system, the places have value. The value of each place is 10 times greater each time we move one place to the left. When we multiply a number by 10, the digits all shift one place to the left. So if we have 34 and we multiply it by 10, the 3 shifts from the tens place and then goes into the hundreds place. The 4 shifts from the ones place and moves into the tens place. Our new number becomes 340. Okay? So we could look at 34 like this, using a decimal, since that's what we're talking about today. If we multiplied this by 10, these whole numbers, because there's 1, 0, and 10, everything's going to shift to the left. So this would then turn into this place. This would go into the tens place. This would go in the hundreds place. This would go into the tens place, and now the 0 would move into the ones. So our new number would become 340. Okay, I could put another 0 there. So that's how we do that first number, 34 times 10. Okay, let's say though we had 34 hundredths. Okay, here's our 0, 34 hundredths. And again, we multiplied this by 10. Everything's going to take a shift over. The 3 would shift over into ones place. The 4 would shift over in the tens place, and we would be finished. So then this would be 3.4 as our answer. Okay? Now, if you look at the top of page 457, it says just that. It says what we did here is we shifted everything over to the left. What we can do is we can produce the same result by then taking the decimal and shifting it to the right that many places. Okay, so what they're doing when they're showing you this is you can do one or two options, whatever is easiest for you. For me, always shifting to the left seems the most reasonable because then I really understand the number sense behind it. I understand everything's getting greater in that place value by 10. Okay, so, well, let me get my board ready here. So if I have 3.4, I'm sorry. If I have 34 hundredths, okay, and I multiply that by 10, everything takes that shift over to the left by one place, and I get 3.4. What they're saying is, though, is if you have that same number, 34 hundredths, and the same thing can apply. If you move this all over by 1 to the left, you could essentially take that decimal and move it one place to the right, and you're going to produce the same result. This way is quicker, okay? This way makes more number sense to me. I know I'm not going to make a mistake because I understand this, but this is a quick way to do it by shifting that decimal place over one place to the right, okay? So that's another way to do it. I'll show you again. So let's say that I'm just going to make one up. Let's say that we have 73 hundredths, and I multiplied it by 10. When I do that, I know I have to shift that 7 one place over to the left, and I have to shift that 3 one place over to the left, and I get 7.3. Okay? What I could do with that, same principle, 73 hundredths, is I could shift that decimal over one place to the right, and there you go. Same result means the same thing. Okay? Now, if we were multiplying by 100, we would either shift everything over to the left, but this time instead of just once, because it's 100, then we shift it over twice. Okay? Just if you were moving that decimal to the right, instead of just once, if you were doing it by 10, you do it twice, so you shift that decimal over 2 times to the right. Or you shift your digits over 2 times to the left. Either way, you're going to get the same result. Now, you guessed it, if we were multiplying by 1,000, then it would change everything by shifting to 3 times. So you would shift all the digits 3 times to the left, or you would shift your decimal over 3 places to the right. Okay? That's how that works. This first example here, 1.234, and we multiplied this number by 100. Okay? I'm going to take these digits and shift them 1, 2, 3 places to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. I'm so sorry. We're going to shift these over 1. This is going to go over 1, 2, 3 places to the left, and then I place my decimal. Or I could take this decimal and I could look at it and go, well, it's 100, so I'm going to shift it over 1, 2 places to the right, and now I get my new number. Both of them produce the same value, the same number. Okay. You've practiced problems today, A through I, where you can either shift that decimal over to the right depending on what you're multiplying by. 10, you'd shift it once. 100, you'd shift it twice. 1,000, you'd shift it 3 times. Or you're going to move all those numbers over that many places depending on what you're multiplying. So have fun with your practice problems today. I would encourage all of you to do the attached worksheet for similar practice with this. Okay, and if there's any questions, let me know. It's odd numbers today, so definitely do those at least, and if you want more practice, all 1 through 25. And then I'm going to get into commas. So today you're working on page 281, and you are just doing some comma review. Okay, so what you'll want to do when you're doing this review and you're answering everything on page 281, all 1 through 17, and you're doing the corrections and you're adding them where they need to be, you want to look back all the way to page 274. Okay, because page 274 is where our first rule started. Okay, and you can just check out all the rules Okay, from page 274 all the way up to page 280 of all the various rules you've been practicing to do this page. Okay, this particular page will be good for me to just really, when I'm grading it today, to make sure that you have all the concepts. Okay, so I'm going to treat it somewhat like a test, but because it's open book, right? You have the book and the rules in front of you. It takes a little pressure off of you, but it's going to be a good assessment for me of how well you've been able to master commas. Your workbook pages have looked really great, so nice job on that. Okay, commas have a lot of rules around them, so they can be tricky. I think I probably use more commas than I should. I'm a little comma happy, let's say, but I think sometimes it's better to put them in than not to use them at all. So that's grammar. Reading today, we are beginning to finish out our solar system series of science. So you've looked at the sun. We've looked at various aspects of each planet. You've read articles about all of them. I hope that you've learned a lot about the solar system during this time. We'll do a little more work with it tomorrow. And then on Thursday, I hope by then everybody will have their novels in, and we'll start reading our new novel study, which is a mystery. Should be pretty fun. But we'll do a finishing up of all of it tomorrow. And so today is, we started with Pluto, which is kind of silly, I know, but we started with Pluto and then we worked our way back to it. So we're on Neptune today. So I hope you learned a lot about Neptune. It has a really, really neat moon that you're going to be learning a lot about today. And I don't want to give the name of it because it's in one of your questions, but I find it all very interesting, and this particular moon has a lot happening. So I hope you enjoy reading about it, watching the video about it, and then thinking about it and answering your questions. Okay, so reading and science go together today. And also I put an attached worksheet of some more comma practice for you guys to work on that. That is not optional. That is something you do have to do and turn in. So I'm going to encourage all of you to continue to read books, which I think I've had quite a few turn in book summaries. Good job. Keep it up. Okay, keep reading, turning in those book summaries. It's good for you. When you get a chance, I want you all to continue doing math fact practice. Play card games. War is a great one. You could do where when you're playing with a partner, each of you have a card and you can lay them down. Get two, lay them down, multiply them. Whoever has the biggest product wins. They get your partner's cards and yours, and you put them in a stack. And then at the end, whoever has the most cards wins. That's a great way to practice your math facts. I would encourage you all to do that. So anyway, continue on with what you're doing and all your good work. And I'll be thinking of just some fun ways to keep on connecting with you. Hopefully I'll get a great idea and I'll be able to use it just to kind of change things up and keep us going and having fun with this. I'm going to miss seeing you guys. Obviously, we know that we're not going to meet now in person for the remainder of the school year. And so we'll have to come up with some great ways to stay connected for these next few weeks of school together in fun ways that keep us happy. So, but in the meantime, get outside, have fun getting your schoolwork in, and keep reading, play some games that keep those math facts sharp. And that's all I really have to say. And then keep praying, guys. All right, keep your faith really nice and strong as well. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.